Good morning. Happy Wednesday. So I woke up early this morning thinking I was going to be really productive, but I think I spent an entire half an hour, if not longer, just looking through photos trying to decide what I felt like painting this morning. Sometimes that happens. It's like sometimes I will open my iPad and immediately know what I want to do, and today it was not like that. I looked through some of the things that I posted before, and then I was like, no. Hi, Ellen. Good morning, everybody. Oh, it's good to see you. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Casey. Hi, Mary Eileen. Hi, Susan. Good morning, Allie. How is everyone? Morning, Bill. So I don't know, usually I need to feel a connection to whatever I paint. I don't know if someone just told me paint that. No, I probably could do it. I just don't know if I would enjoy the journey as much. And what we're going to paint today is something I've been wanting to paint for a long time, and I just never felt it. I don't know if I've painted this in a long time, if ever. Cold. Oh, cold. Yeah, I don't like the cold. Hi, Margie. Yeah, it's cold here this morning. Hi, Marie the Bumblebee. What a fun name. Yes, Ellie, I'm loving your sunflowers too. They're stunning. I love the colors and your brush strokes too. Oh, can everyone hear me? Maybe your sound's off. Hello to Buenos Aires. Hola. Let me know if you can't hear things, if you can't hear me. I have my ear, I remembered these. Honest to goodness, when I go live doing these things, I am constantly forgetting something. So for my Art and Bloom group, I have a live today at 1 o'clock, and we're going to explore pigment sticks. So I'm looking forward to that. Oh, you had to leave and come back. Okay, good. All right, so let me show you what I landed upon here for this morning. Let me turn this around. I always never remember where the turn the camera around thingy is. Huh. Oh, here. I see it's on my white canvas, so I can't see it. Okay. So I'm gonna paint garlic. My friend Lori grows her own garlic, and I think that is just the coolest thing. She's bringing it back to its original medicinal properties. I guess we've dumbed down our garlic so much over the years that it's not as potent or as magical as it used to be. So she's doing something to bring it back to whatever it used to be. I don't quite understand any of it, but it certainly sounds fun, doesn't it? I know it's a lot of work because she has to grow the garlic and then somehow she pulls them apart and does something with them. I guess replants them. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Michael. Having a sip of my coffee. Since I started super early this morning, choosing what to paint, that I feel like I've been awake for hours. Well, I guess I have. So I'm going to try to paint it, in my kind of same whimsical style, so not getting too tight with it all, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't know why I've had this photo that I took of this garlic for years, I think, and I just never got around to painting it. I'm not sure why. I know before you even begin, it'll look great in the kitchen. Yeah, sure would, right? It's always good to have good kitchen art. So I do want to put some, fun colors in here. I don't want to be too... This is over here. I'm kind of mapping out where things go, so I have confidence of placement of things. Clean off my brush. So I was freezing this morning, and I wore a sweater today, and now I'm hot. I always get warm when I'm painting. I don't know why that is. It's like the only time I'm warm all winter. Hi, Laura. How are you? Good morning. It takes me a little bit to get in my flow of stuff here and deciding what undercolors I want to use. Yeah, that's the full image. I wanted to make sure. Sometimes I have that top and bottom one there, and then it throws off my whole composition, kind of. My garlic needs to be fatter. It looks a little skinny. I want a skinny garlic. So this starts here. It needs to go much wider like that. So what's everybody up to? Is anything new this week? Anything fun going on? Susan says we have snow on the ground in Boyne City, and Gaylord had 11 inches. Oh my goodness, where is that, Susan? Where are those towns? That's not fun. Yeah, we're not there yet. We really had I think the calmest, warmest autumn so far ever. I shouldn't say it out loud. It might jinx it all, but I am not complaining. In Michigan, we're supposed to get some snow today as well. Temperatures below freezing. Ours is here too, Cheryl. I think it was below. My husband got up and ran this morning. He said it was super cold outside. Yeah, I know, Emily. Em loves the snow. You like being snowed in, that's why. Oh, painting furniture, that sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, I think I'm the only one in my family who prefers summer to winter. I don't know if I want that like that. Take that off there. I'm not sure. I can tell I'm a little hesitant this morning. I'm not exactly sure what I'm trying to do here, but I just got to trust the process, right? That's what I always say. This needs to come out here. That's right. Maybe it needs to go. I feel like it's too... Maybe this needs to come down. It doesn't look... the shape's not quite right. Let's pull that down a little bit. I think I'm overthinking this part of the painting. I need to just go in here and have fun and not think so much about where things are. Sometimes it's hard to take your own advice, right? Five 15:30 p.m. in Iran. 15. What is 15? So that's 12, 13, 14, 15. 3:15 in the morning in Iran. Wow. Is that right? Do I have that right? I think I do. I always have to think about that military time. It doesn't come easy to me. I just have to actually add it together in my head. And there's a little glow happening in here, and I don't want to lose that. Maybe this is why I haven't painted garlic before. I'm obviously already fussing with it. I gotta just let that magic happen and not worry about it, right? Yeah, fussing too much. It's afternoon. No, afternoon, 3 p.m. Well, that's nice. You're kind of almost ready to get ready for dinner. I like that part of the day. I might keep that strong shadow up there too. Yeah, my messy middle is going to look very messy, I think, today. That's okay. Now what should I put in the background? I think I might need to go yellow or pink in the background of it. I might go pink. I don't know. I'm just not sure. I think I should have thought all this through a little bit more. Nah, that takes all the fun out of it. I like just winging it. Maybe not in front of everybody, but. That looks crazy, doesn't it? The colors you use are so surprising, and then in the end it comes together. I hope it does. I'm not so sure this time. I don't know if I have a good a good plan. Now this is it looks like a really sloppy watercolor. What is happening? I think, oh, here's my issue. Right here's my issue. You see this? I had this in the wrong place. That's going to give it the shape that I'm lacking. It's amazing how much I kind of lean on doing it this way and seeing where that made a huge difference in its shape. That's what was driving me crazy. Okay. I'm just going to leave that as it is, that hot mess. I'm going to clean up my transparent colors off my palette. I'm going to do my pigment sticks and then mix some fun neutral colors. Okay. So what's new, everybody? What's everyone drinking? Coffee or tea today? Good to see. I'm running out. I need to get out a new Fat Cow coffee. Me too, Ellen. I just got, my friend Martha just dropped off a new bag to me today, or yesterday. Oh, these, Susan, these are RNF pigment sticks. I just kind of use these as fun. It kind of keeps my paintings a little spontaneous because these usually show through in the end and they're little crazy and fun. Italian roast coffee in the morning, switching to tea in the afternoon. Yep, I've been having tea in the afternoon too, and I'm really enjoying it. My Inspiring Art group, I'm going to open that up again for enrollment if anybody wants to join us. It's I'm doing that like in 2 weeks, I think, just to see if anyone else wants to join in. It's it's a thing where I do fun art content twice a month, and just to kind of keep you inspired and help with your art practice. That's a really great group of people. Love doing it. So, is that good? What do you think? That's a crazy mess. So I need some neutrals. Oh, are you talking about your mural, Allie? Okay, let me turn you down here, and I'll mix up some colors. All right, it's not a little bit of glare on there, but I can't seem to get rid of it all. Okay, so I need some neutral warms and cools. So warms, I think, start with the brown. All right. A little bit of magenta in there. Yeah, that's nice. Anyone joining? I'm painting this morning I'm painting a head of garlic. Is it a bulb or a head? I guess it's a bulb of garlic. Is that what it would be called? Put some. Might be a little saturated. So if I want to stay warm, let me see what would happen if I put a little bit of ultra blue in here. I went a little green. I'm going to put a little black into that for my really dark darks. Might be still too green. Put that up here. Let me see what that looks like if I add a little bit of this buff color in there. Is that too cool? No, that looks, let me warm that up with a little bit of this. These are like colors that are sort of out of my comfort zone, which is always a good thing to do. Just jump right out of it fearlessly, because what difference does it make, right? I always say you've got nothing to lose. I need a sip of my coffee. Now I need to make, I think, kind of a warmish blue, or do I want it cool? This is pretty nice. Let me see. Well, that's a little too vibrant, but I do love it. Maybe I'll keep just a smidge of that there. Mix this. Oh, that's really fun. I think I'm going to hold on to that and make some cooler, a cooler brown, I guess is what I'm trying to think of. Let's see what this looks like. those white areas. So what should I do in the background? I guess I need to maybe make it a very warm light color. Oh, and I need a shadow color also. It's from yesterday. I painted a bird yesterday. Actually, can't even remember what bird I painted yesterday. That's pretty. I'll just keep that there. I don't know if I'm going to need that or not. I love that kind of steel blue color. Now I need another cool. Let me just put just a tiny bit of this King's Blue in this. Another nice cool white. It's a nice palette of whites. And I need a nice shadow color and a background color. So in my shadow, I have a little bit of black. I always like a little purple in my shadow too. Yeah, it's like a frosty ice blue, you're right. That's nice. Just put a tad, like that, just the littlest bit. That's nice too. Certainly is not my usual palette, but it's fun, isn't it? Do you store your oil sticks without their plastic tubes? Gabby, the ones I use, I can show you. I do keep a lot of them, but I have a lot here. Wait, I'll go back and look. So here are the ones that I use all the time. Those are my regulars. And look, right in front of me here, I have this bin. And look, these are all still in the tube. Some of them are and some of them aren't. Like, sometimes they get stuck and I can't get them out of the tubes. But in general, I leave them in the tubes because they don't film over quite as much, but I think you can leave them either way. Do you use a tube warm white as well as titanium? Yep, Ellen, I do. I have my favorite is this Titanium Buff by Williamsburg. That's my favorite warm white. And then this is another one. This is what I've been, so this is Titanium Buff, look, it's this color right here that I'm using. And this Titanium Buff is much lighter. So different brands look different. Like, look how different those two Titanium Buffs are. That's very brown looking, and that's very white looking. So I still want to make a warm, so that was a good segue into, let me use this and make a nice warm background color. But whoops, I'm sorry. Ellen, can you hear my music? All of a sudden I can. Isn't that funny when you have the radio on it? All of a sudden it seems like it gets louder. All right, that's probably good for the background. I think that's a good start. It's a nice neutral palette. Let's see what happens with this crazy underpainting that I did. Okay. Move the coffee out of the way. Here we go. What was I thinking? At this point in the painting, I often think that. What was I thinking? All right, I'm going to use a big brush to start, because that always forces the looseness. I have a sip of my coffee. Oh, am I missing something? Oh, Gabby, I have two stuck in their tubes. Yeah, and I have one or two, like the gold seems to get stuck more easily. And I cannot get it out. And I don't throw them away. They're expensive. So I figure one day I'll figure out a way of getting them out. Because you could always, I don't even know what I'm thinking. You could always do something. You could always, cut them open. But I'm not exactly sure how you would even do that. I have to go turn my music down. I'm afraid you're going to be able to hear it in the... So last week when I did this, I tried to post this to my YouTube channel, and well, it wasn't the posting, it was the downloading afterwards. Like, I have to save this after I'm done filming it, and it wouldn't let me save. It didn't even give me the option. So I don't know if I was doing something wrong or if I had a problem with my phone. Oh, Deb, that's a great idea. She said maybe try freezing the tube first and then pushing it out. Maybe heat up with a hair dryer. That might work too. Or that might make the problem worse. I'm not sure. Yeah. That might help. I cut the gold open with X-Acto knife and used a brush. You used a brush, Ellen, after you cut it open and brushed it on as paint? Or do you say... Or did the whole thing come out? Trials and tribulations of using pigment sticks, right? Let me put just a little bit of like red showing through down here. All right, I don't know why I just did that. It just felt like it was necessary on some level, so. Yeah, painting's a partly, you know, learning the craft, learning all the skills, and then like forgetting them and trusting the process. And I must say I go back and forth in that journey all the time because you never are finished learning how to do it. And so it's always something new, some new challenge, something that makes you feel uncomfortable or like feel like you don't know what you're doing. And that means that you're in a growing or a learning phase, in my opinion. Freeze first, and if that doesn't work, slice off the end of the tube and push out. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. That's a very good idea. Gonna let that be a little wonky there and put a little bit of my warm background color in here just so I kind of have a point of reference of what needs to be light and dark, because like this is the garlic is actually dark in this bottom area. I think I didn't mix up enough of this lighter color for my background. Can never be too precious with your paint because it is always so much harder to go back in and mix up more of another color than it is to maybe throw some away. And I often will use, like if I have colors that I like from the day before, I put them at the top of my palette and then use them the next day again. Good morning, Mary. How are you? have to mix up more of that, or my light. I need to do, hi Susie, I need to do a shop. I need to buy some more art supplies. It's a fun problem to have, right? I am new here. I love your videos. When you speak about oil sticks, do you mean oil pastels? They are called RNF pigment sticks. Here's one of them. It's RNF's the brand, and they're pigment sticks. So they're like oil pastels, only there's more. I think oil pastels take longer to dry, and they're waxier. These are creamier, like regular oil paints. They behave very much like oil paints. And you could actually, I could actually paint them on here if I wanted to. I could cut some off and mix it with some linseed oil and paint it right on. So they're very fun. It just kind of gives a spontaneous quality to my painting. That's where a lot of these crazy colors. Sometimes I cover them up, not intentionally. I always want them to show through, but they don't always. But I do feel that they kind of give my painting a little spontaneity. So I try not to get too precious with things. That is a little dry. White paints just are dry. I just always have trouble with the consistency of white paint. Oh, you're welcome. You're very welcome. Get some edges. Now, I don't know if this background's too pink or not. Totally don't know. I could tone it down a little bit. Although that looks a little darker here. Boy, I went right through that. I mixed up a whole bunch more paint and I already used it up. I think I might just stop fussing with that background. I need a little bit smaller brush, and I'm going to go in and... This time is flying this morning. Right? I'm looking for my kind of darkest areas. Darkest darks. That's where I like to start. I want to let the spontaneousness survive, show through, if I can. Looking for my darks and lights. Will you paint from the table? I don't know what you mean by that. Will you put any of the paint from the table into your garlic? I don't know what you mean by that. I'm not sure. You have to say that again. Oh, pink. The pink from into the garlic. Yeah, I think this definitely looks pink down in here. So I think that that might just show through in the end anyway. We'll see what happens. I do let a lot up to chance. Maybe the background color. Yeah, I could do that. That would help it, the pink not be so noisy out there, right? Pink did get a little noisy. Okay. You can tell when I'm painting something that takes a lot more thought than something else might. I have to stop and think a lot. Yeah, Ellen, don't let me fool you. I'm confused too. I am very confused. I'm not real sure what I'm doing, and I'm just letting it happen. So it's partly listening to my intuition doing it. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it needs to look solid though when I'm done. That's the tricky part. Yeah. Don't let me fool you. I have no idea what I'm doing, honestly. Not a clue. I'm just having fun and seeing what evolves without putting too much pressure on its outcome. Now, it's amazing to hold conversations, read and paint. Yeah, I don't know how good I am at it, but I certainly try. Yeah, I'm not good at it. Stem come forward. I feel like this line needs to be, whoops, my paintbrush was not soft. Artists don't have to know what they're doing. Yes, thank you for that, because that is me not knowing what I'm doing. Yeah, I should probably just left that alone. But it was kept drawing my eye to it, and I didn't want that. It was too much of a rigid line there happening. And now it doesn't look even. That's a little better. Good morning, Anita. How are you? Oops, sorry. I was having a sip of my coffee. Do a little bit of this dark here. All right. I need to stop fussing with that. All right, so I feel like some of this gold is here. And there's pink in there. And even a little bit of pink over here, I think. Let me see this. Needs to be dark right there. $42. How is time going so quickly? So where's everybody tuning in from this morning? I think I could soon start playing around a little bit with lighter lights. Why don't I do that? Ottawa, Canada, Puerto Rico, Oklahoma, Texas, Alberta, Katy, Texas, Charlotte, North Carolina, outside of Boston, Toronto, Arkansas, Oregon. I'm in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I've lived here my entire life. I want to start to have this oh, that helped. Okay, usually when I start putting in some of these lighter colors, it makes a big difference. It starts to bring it all together, hopefully. There's always hope, right? Outside of Boston. Oh, am I missing this here? I've never been to Boston. I would like to go there. Show us the way. I hope I know the way. You know, I get a little scared in the messy middle of it all. It's that keeping the confidence. I do lose the confidence. I start to think, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? Why did I choose to do this? I don't know how to paint this. But if you stick with it and try to get through that part of it, it usually comes together. It's trusting the process and staying confident in the middle. And will it ever get easy? I doubt it. I doubt if it will ever get easy. I'm letting that kind of pick up what's going on underneath there a little bit to give it that dimension. Oh, the Boston Art Museum, that would be fun. I don't get to museums very often. I would love to do that. Or I'd say almost never. That's like lighter down there, but I don't want to go too light. So what do I want to do? Don't know. I have a little bit of my pigment stick. Sometimes they leave like a little hard piece, like somewhere. And you have to clean it off. Museum of Fine Arts. I went a few weeks ago. Oh, how wonderful. I think I need a museum trip too. Inspire me. I do get through like kind of itchy spots where I feel like I need inspiration. I think this morning that was that for me when I ended up spending all that time trying to figure out what to paint. I don't know if I just was a glutton for punishment and I wanted to give myself a big challenge or what. No, I need another sip of my water. It's getting there. And I like letting little bits. Oh, Ellen, you're so lucky. That's going to be so wonderful. And this, my brain needs to pull this down this way. That's fun. I love how with oil and acrylic you can add light paints, dark to light, where watercolor, oh, I know, it's so opposite. Watercolor was my first love, and I'm very comfortable with watercolor, but yeah, I do like that this is like the total opposite of that and go in a whole different direction. And there's so much freedom. Like if you mess up watercolor, it's really hard to bring it back. Pull that forward. That is a very important little piece right here. No, wait, I have to put my elbow down. I have a sweater on. I don't want to set it in my paint. So when are you going, Ellen? On Friday? And where is it? Is it in Virginia? We did try to get tickets here in Lancaster, but they sold out too fast. We didn't get them quickly enough. Yeah, it's getting there. I think so. And I do love the little random colors showing through. I need to do some of these little, it might be too light. That little bit of detail in there. And Philly. Oh, you're going to Philly. Oh, that's what a nice birthday present. Oh, that's fun. That was too dominant. I had to soften that a little bit. Looks opalescent. Thank you. I love anything that's opalescent. I'm always a sucker for like paints that are opalescent or metallic. I love stuff like that forever. Okay, am I close? Are there highlights that I'm missing? Is your underpainting slick? I find painting on too difficult. and it won't stick. You might have too much medium if yours is really slick. Like mine's not really slick, only a little bit. Do we feel like this is too dominant right there? There's something that is too, it's like I say sometimes, it's too something. I don't know what it is. It's just too. T-O-O. Got to undo it a little bit here. Screaming. It's taking too much attention. Get rid of the too muchness of that. I think I did. Now that I sit back here and look, the shapes and colors look incredible. It's so fun watching it come together. Thank you. I think those same colors will look great when trying to paint glass vases or other glass objects. I have to remember that transparent's used. Yeah, they would. I'm looking to see if there are any other highlights. It's 52. Yeah, that is such a fun gift. In Amsterdam. Oh my gosh, Anita, that's heavenly. Kayla said, there's always a moment watching you paint where things click. I find it hard not to get overwhelmed in my own work and miss it. Yep, that's part of the trick, and I feel the same way. It's letting yourself get there and trusting that you will, I think. But I feel the same way. Like, you saw how bad this looked at certain points. Just trusting it and not losing faith that it'll all work out. Oh, I had this cool blue. I want to put this blue in here. I mixed that gorgeous, gorgeous blue. All right, and you know what I'm doing now? I'm fussing, so let me see. I still have this. This needs to go. That. I need to stop because I'm fussing with it, and that's when I mess it up. So I'm gonna, and I have a little bit of my, no, that's okay. I'm gonna stop here. Sign my name. Should I pull the tape off? It is always fun pulling the tape off. Like, I love that, the pink showing through. I love the little bit of the gold from the pigment stick showing through. I'm going to pull this off. Now, hopefully I'll be able to save this and not go through the big hassle of trying to download it. Because once you can't save something, like from Instagram, then it's really hard to pull it off once you post it. Because they want people to come back to this platform. But there it is. It's my garlic. There's my reference. And there's the palette that we mixed. So thanks for coming and hanging out with me today. It was fun. I will save this hopefully today and put it up on my YouTube. And there's a whole bunch of them up there for anyone who's new that you can go watch whenever you feel like it. And is there anything else I'm forgetting to say? Birthday season, Ellen. That is wonderful. Thanks for the lesson. Oh, thanks, Deb. Thanks, Karen. Bye, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll do it again soon. And anyone who's in the Art and Bloom course, we have a live today at 1 o'clock, and Inspiring Art Collective on Friday, I think at 11. So see you then. Bye, guys. Thank you. Thanks for coming.